Good day and welcome to this Focus On segment with myself, 𝐂𝐍𝐈𝐍𝐿𝐿. We are here in the Kingdom of Eswatini, a very warm kingdom, attending its inaugural investment conference. This landlocked country will use this opportunity to showcase their current as well as their untapped investment opportunities, from manufacturing, logistics, and of course expanding on the agri sector. Join me as I will engage with key players in both the public and the private sector on Eswatini's current investment landscape. You signed pledges today. Just break it down for me, the amount, what this pledges amounted to, and maybe the key sectors that these investors are looking towards.
Well, thank you very much. I'm truly excited that our inaugural investment conference was such a resounding success. Truly grateful to all the investors that came from far and wide, and the investors that are already in the country that came in to tell their story and validate the fact that Eswatini is indeed a good place to do business. Today we received pledges for new investments totaling 37 billion emalangeni, and our currency is pegged to the rand, so that's the currency denomination 1-to-1. This is good because our target was 30. And we are happy that we were able to exceed our target. We've seen projects in the retail sector, companies that are growing in retail. We've seen projects that are growing in manufacturing that are already in country. But what excites us is there's a number of new projects as well that have come in, particularly in the energy sector, that are going to make us energy independent as a nation. We also see projects that are looking at going up and down the value chain. There's a big project, for example, that was announced today that is going to convert cotton into fabric. And it's going to be built next to the biggest dam that this country is constructing down at Mpageni. So in a nutshell, as we see this, we look at our challenge of youth unemployment and job creation, and we see the private sector playing a very pivotal role and leading from the front in saying, indeed, we're going to be part of creating the Eswatini story.
Now, last night Eswatini, we witnessed there are sectors that Eswatini's investment sectors that's already thriving, but there are also some gaps that you are looking to plug into or to plug, and one of those is the automotive sector. Maybe expand on what is it that you are planning for the automotive sector, and maybe other key sectors that you were hoping to bolster faster than others. So, for example, other than automotive, what other sector are you hoping to bolster a bit more quicker in relation to what investors' needs are?
Well, thank you very much. The automotive sector is very much on our radar. We are looking to, participate in the value chain parts, and we are also talking to potential investors already that in the next conference we are hoping to announce that will actually be in the automotive sector. The pharmaceutical sector is also a sector that we have said in the next 5 years we want to be able to manufacture pharmaceuticals for the African continent from Eswatini. It is, as you know, a long process to get to a point where you convert a pharmaceutical idea into an actual project, and we have projects that are already far along that particular process, and we'll be able to then announce these to the nation. We are also very keen on the ICT sector, because as much as we have ICT companies, mobile companies, but we see a simple opportunity where Eswatini will be exporting ICT solutions from Eswatini, digital services from Eswatini, and we are intently speaking to certain companies that are going to focus on that sector. Our tourism ambitions are extremely huge. We are building one of the biggest and the best convention centers in the region. It should be commissioned sometime next year, and we are putting together all our game parks under one umbrella into a big 5 project, as we call it, and we have other tourism projects that speak to our capacity to host tourists in the country. So we have a number of hotel projects, because we want to have at least 2,000 more beds in 3 years in Eswatini. So these are some of the sectors where we will be concentrating going forward.
We are looking at a couple of things to be able to draw investors. The starting point is infrastructure. In infrastructure, we're laying cable all over the country, and very large cable, fiber optic cable, to be able to ensure that we've got fast Wi-Fi and also just fast connectivity and reliable connectivity. We also have just installed throughout the country microwaves to ensure that from the city to the rural areas, everybody's got the same connectivity. We have 98% reach in telecoms in this country, so we want to be able to ensure that we have more, but it's more reliable and it's faster. We're also looking to extend our power. We have enough power, but we want to be able to have excess power, because that's important for investors who are coming into our field to know that we have excess power, and so they can be able to come and invest. Then we look at skills. We're training a lot of our young people. 70% of the country is under 35. We're training them in a variety of areas. We've got free academies, some with Google and some from the country itself, and MTN is one of our local telecoms companies, is working with us to be able to ensure that we have academies that are really upskilling and upgrading. But also the young people in this country have gone all over the world to be able to go and train. So we have the skills base. We're now upskilling and upgrading that skills base. We then look at the issue of how do we then work with the private sector to be able to really bring in the investment. We are also figuring out how we can make government convenient to people. So we've got a program called Government in Your Hand, where we're taking about 200 of all the government services that are available, and we're putting them in an app. So you don't have to stand in line to go to government. You just use your biometrics and you're able to apply for your passport or whatever service that government offers, and you can get it in the comfort of your own home, either couriered to you or at the most convenient place for you to pick it up. So all these things talk to the area of really giving convenience, really giving connectivity, and really ensuring that we are working with investors and leapfrogging a lot of areas. We're putting free Wi-Fi in schools. We've just launched our first city of a smart city with 5G and free Wi-Fi throughout the capital city. We're also looking at, we've put in cameras all over the city to be able to, and the AI enabled, to be able to see, get the city safe, which it is right now, but get it safer and ensure that the people in the city can see what's going on. But then you can add other things like traffic violations. Students can be able to study. There's a lot of things that they can be able to utilize for this kind of play. So we're really ready for investors to come in, because we believe that we are a sandbox really for the ICT space, and that's why we're working with people like Google. That's why we're working with people like Amazon. That's why we're working with MTN and other players. We're also including our own youth so that they can be part of the solution, because it's their future that we're talking about. So if they can be included in that, the ideas of what they would like to be able to see, we can incorporate into what we're doing.
How much investment are you looking to gain over the next couple of years to make all this, or to fast track this kind of reality? And I'm asking this knowing full well that private organizations, in a way, try to stay clear from geopolitical tensions, but one does still get impacted by instability down the road. So again, knowing all of that, how much investments are you looking to gain, and who are you targeting? Is it more your African countries, or are you looking outside the borders?
We're looking everywhere. Actually, we're putting up the data centers and want to be able to have more people come in to invest and install data centers and work with their clients. We're looking at robotics and inviting those. We're talking to a few people who are interested. We're also looking at chip manufacturing. So there's a lot of things that we're looking at to be able to that's why we have the big fiber, so that we can be able to have those who are manufacturing that have the capacity. But also one of the things that we always forget, I always say to people, Facebook and Instagram, they're less than 10 years old, and they were begun by young people in their own home countries. So one of the other things that we're looking to really grow is homegrown talent, to be able to service this country, the continent, and the rest of the world with solutions that everybody needs as human beings.
How much in monetary value are you looking to invest into this infrastructure, knowing it's a big public-private partnership?
Yeah, absolutely. So in MTN Eswatini, on a yearly basis, we on our capital investments, we ranged in around 150 million to 200 million malangeni. You can convert it into dollars. Certainly shows how much we invest in either improving the infrastructure that exists today, because in technology, infrastructure tends to obviously run out in over a period of time, so we need to refresh on that. But also in looking at other areas of expansion, around the data centers that I'm speaking about, around connectivity to ICT within the industry itself. So we are spending roughly 200 to a million on a yearly basis around our total infrastructure, and ensuring that at the end of the day we provide the right level of customer investment, customer solutions that are tailored to make sure that Maswati are connected and Maswati also enjoy the benefits of a modern connected life.
Which areas in the digital spectrum are you looking to increase your footprint? Because money transfers, digital transfers, Momo for example, has seen an uptake. There's been a big uptake in digital transactions up and down Africa as it is. So besides that, what other areas in the digital spectrum are you looking to increase your footprint?
Yeah. So one of our pivots is really the platform push focus. And it has basically three areas. I think the first area is really around fintech, the expansion around fintech. And we've seen the opportunities in the kingdom where we can still grow fintech. Currently, if you look at the penetration, we're just shy of about 50%. And I think the opportunities definitely are there from a fintech perspective. The second one is on enterprise business. Enterprises, like what you're doing here today, is really to see what are the needs for enterprises. So we're moving from just normal connectivity to solution-based digital solutions for those businesses. So which means we need to provide for them, a solution, a service from a digital service perspective. We need to understand what are their needs and then be able to provide all of that. And then number three is around applications, apps. We at MTN, we're quite big on apps. But I also believe that businesses also want to develop their own apps so that their customers can enjoy their services from the comfort of their home or from the comfort of their environment, wherever they are. And so those are the three areas from a platform push business that we want to push on and invest more in those areas.
And that's how we wrap up this particular episode of Focus On with myself and the CNBC Africa team, coming all the way from the Kingdom of Eswatini. Until next time, it's goodbye for now.